Located between Andover and Salisbury, the Hawk Conservancy Trust is home to a wide range of different birds, with visitors able to see daily flight shows and examples of birds of prey. The new exhibit at the Trust is one that is rather unique.
This is our brand new Burrowing Owl enclosure, so to come and meet the Burrowers basically, and it's a new sort of way of looking at birds of prey in their enclosures, in their environment, for enrichment for the birds and also for our visitors that come to see the birds. And we fly a lot of different species of birds here in our free flight shows. And this idea was really to sort of get into the bird's environment, and as their name suggests, they do burrow, they do nest underground in South America, and they'll spend quite a lot of their time underground. So we wanted to try and create this sort of view of going into a burrow and seeing the birds in their natural environment, and this is what we've come up with.
These new burrowing owls have been hand-reared at the Hawk Conservancy, so are already very much part of the family. And Gary highlighted to me what is so special about these birds.
I mean, they're really cute for one. You know, they definitely got the cute factor, and you know, everyone loves an owl, don't they? And they're one of the smaller species of owls that you would find across the world, and quite unusual in that they're a very social animal as well. So they live in groups. Almost like the meerkat of the owl world, really, is probably the best way to describe them. And they are quite quirky in that they really get up to all sorts. We found that with the enclosure that they've got, which is really very large, they've got lots of different areas they can go. They can go into some of the little burrows that are connected to this burrow here, loads of different cavities that they can get to, and they're busy all day. They're always up to something, and it really has worked quite nicely.
The Hawk Conservancy is a place for people to visit and learn more about birds, but their work is helping a worldwide problem.
Yeah, it's really important. You know, I mean, the Hawk Conservancy Trust is here to conserve birds of prey in the wild. You know, that's our ultimate aim, full stop. So to help birds of prey that are struggling, and we do that through conservation projects. But to fund those projects and to raise awareness of the problems that birds face in the wild, this is what our visitor attraction is here to do.
With such a unique exhibit, the planning and building of the project has been far from easy for the whole team at the Hawk Conservancy.
Yeah, longer than we wanted it to, yeah, like most things. So we sort of come up with the initial idea, and nobody's done this before, you know, so trying to create sort of the viewing, in particular with the sort of glass, to see birds, so that you haven't got the mesh or the wire or the netting, which would be the traditional material for the birds' enclosures. You haven't got that obstruction for viewing the birds, and also for photography. We get a lot of keen photographers visiting us to get pictures of the birds. And so this has worked really well, creating these sort of holes of glass where the birds can perch, and there's no problem with them trying to fly into it.
The Meet the Burrowers exhibit is now open to the public, and they are encouraging people to come and see these curious creatures in action. Jack Deary, That's TV.